I do want to talk about what this means for the future of the Republican Party. And we talk about that a lot here because, as of now, as everyone knows here, 2024 is a sequel of 2020. Since Michael Whatley and Laura Trump are the new co chairs of the RNC, does this mean the future post Donald Trump is a MAGA Republican Party, a Donald Trump party?
I don't believe so. I believe that every election is unique, although it is a rerun of 2020. So perhaps that's not the wisest thing to say, but conditions are different today. The environment is different today. The outlook of Americans is different today. And so you have to take each election as an individual occurrence. This is Donald Trump's Republican Party. It's a mistake. But what happens in the House and the Senate is going to be up to the RNC, and it's going to be up to the voters themselves.
Laura Trump floated the idea that she thinks Republican voters would be okay with the RNC footing some of Donald Trump's legal bills. What are your thoughts on that?
I believe the Republican voters would be okay with it, that they've been okay with Donald Trump raising tens of millions of dollars for sneakers, for caps, for T-shirts, for whatever. It doesn't make it right. But your question, would they be okay with it? Most people say yes.
From what you're saying, it sounds like the RNC, and it looks like the RNC is obviously going all in on Donald Trump. They said as much. Is this a winning strategy heading into the election, not just for the presidential election, but for the entire ballot?
In the end, there are some states like West Virginia and Montana, which have Senate races, where being pro-Trump is going to help win those states' Senate races. Ohio is another example. And there are some places where Donald Trump is an anathema, and they can win a local race, but they won't win the presidential. The RNC has always done best, and each election is looked at individually, not just from year to year, but from position on the ballot to position on the ballot. We don't know what the RNC is going to do. We don't know what their strategy is, because they're in the process of firing everybody. So the people who remain, let's see what they come up with. Trump is an asset in about half the states. He is an absolute liability in about 1/4 of the states. The RNC, one has to hope that they recognize it. And clearly, it's one of the reasons why the Democrats are glad to be running against Donald Trump, because they think that the RNC isn't sophisticated enough to realize that in some places you push Trump, in other places you push the Senate candidate, in other places you push the House candidate.